Hi, I'm Megan Abispor, and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about digital storytelling. So digital storytelling is basically like a little movie or a slideshow that your students can use to learn new concepts or to engage in a conversation about concepts. So these are typically still images that are narrated and they have their own voices in the background kind of bringing you through the story. So there are 7 different aspects of a digital story that have to be present. There has to be a point of view. It has to be constructed from their own experience. It has to use I statements. It has to be that person's view. It also has to pose a dramatic question in the beginning so that it holds the attention of the viewer, and typically that's answered by the end of the story. Emotional content. We as humans crave emotion, so this story has to be emotionally compelling. Economy, about 2 to 3 minutes is how long we want this to be, because let's face it, our attention span is pretty small, so we have to make sure that we're only focusing on this topic for about 2 to 3 minutes. And we also use transition and special effects to keep things kind of lively. Pacing, we want to make sure the student is not going too fast and not going too slow. So we want to make sure their voice is clear, concise, and at the right speed for the listener. And you also have to use your voice. You want the student to narrate their own stories. You want their voice to be a part of it. And you also want to have them include a soundtrack. So include music, little snippets of music, things that will kind of enhance the experience for the viewer. So this can be difficult because it's technology, unpredictable. But Microsoft Office, Apple, they both have great support systems online for teachers and for anyone, and as a matter of fact, for anyone who wants to use PowerPoint, Keynote to record kind of lecture styles like a digital storytelling, and also for applications like iMovie, they also have pretty good support systems online. So look those up. They are super helpful. I absolutely guarantee it. So now we want to talk about preparing an actual lesson using digital storytelling. So for example, when I was a substitute teacher, the students were doing this project for history where they became a historical figure in time, and they created their own digital stories as that person. So they started off by saying, for example, I'm Amelia Earhart, and this is what made me the most influential woman in my time. And then they posed like a compelling question, like, what made me the most influential woman in my time? And then they went on, they told the story about her life. And it was 2 to 3 minutes, pretty short, but it had pictures, it had music, sound effects, transitions, slides, things to keep the viewer engaged. For English, for instance, you can have students do that with a character in a book, or if the protagonist in the book is going through a tough time, you might want to mirror that with the students, have the students think of a tough time that they were going through, and then talk that through their digital story. Why this is so important to incorporate is because it can provide those students out there that are struggling with reading, writing, but they also need to express themselves. You want to incorporate this digital storytelling because they can express themselves by talking at a computer, on a phone, on an iPad, on a laptop with a camera. They're able to communicate with these technologies better than they sometimes can in the classroom, and we need to give them that opportunity. And they've got the tech in their hands. They're using this hands-on experience, and it definitely increases their digital literacy. So thank you for listening, and I hope this helps you in your journey for teaching.